Good afternoon, members of Spiritual Cryptid Encounters, those who follow here on Facebook, on YouTube, and those who follow my TikToks, short reels under HCS. How's everybody doing this afternoon? I hope everybody's doing great. I want to talk about certain events that have happened yesterday. As a matter of fact, I had an encounter with a certain individual, and we were discussing some things. I want to bring that to light, and it's dealing with the video of where I located the truck that was in the woods. Certain things have developed in which I feel, that I'm Redcon 1 right now because of the things I was discussing with a certain individual that I ran into yesterday. We were talking about the show that I guess aired yesterday. This Woods Are Haunted, Something's Out There That Starts Me, season 3, episode 2. We were talking about that show and stuff. And as we were talking about the show, I was telling them how, I had located a truck out here in the woods and stuff like that. And then he said he knew the ex of this individual that was missing. And as we were talking, I asked him a question. I asked him a question if he thinks what happened to the individual might have been drug related or something in that nature. And he said yes, But basically what this guy was telling me is that I think there's a lot more to what happened, and it's a lot deeper. I just don't, I guess by me contacting the police and sharing the evidence to the police, I might have put myself in a situation where I could be in danger. But at the same time, what I was hearing from this individual, said this individual that was missing, that I guess the ex-girlfriend or that has a child with him, that she started dating a guy that looked just like him. So when you talk about double hanger, that she was dating a guy that looked just like him, and he was telling me the descriptions of the vehicles that they drove, and those are the same vehicles that I seen there that day when I went into the woods. And I remember when they showed up into the parking lot where I was waiting for the police, I remember the female, and I remember that the truck, it was a red truck that had extended cab, So he was telling me descriptions, how this person looked and what they drove, and it was the same thing that was there. So, at that time, if I would have stayed longer in the woods, something could have happened, something could have happened in my direction. The reason I say that is because I believe that these individuals had something to do with that man's death. I know they know how I look, because they see me just like I seen them. How you doing, cousin Jesus Carvajal? How you doing right now? You want to join me on the live? You're more than welcome. I'm talking about the events of what happened when I located the truck. I believe you were there. I found some information out yesterday because of a guy that I ran into at the Dollar General. Maybe we can talk about it. Maybe you can give me your insight in it. But there was a lot of things that were said that he told me that it's kind of like they know who I am. They know that I'm the one to give the information to the police. So I'm not afraid, but I know that it's a lot more than what it seemed to happen to that individual. And that's what I'm making this video about, And this video that I'm speaking about, ladies and gentlemen, or members here of Spiritual and Cryptid Encounters. Here's cousin Jesus Carvajal. I'm adding him on because he was there that day when he was viewing, I believe. It was him and Carlito. They were viewing the video when I went in there live. I'm waiting to see if he comes online. I sent him a request. He just says adding, so I don't know what's going on. But this happened yesterday, brothers and sisters, where I encountered this guy that I knew, that I've seen before, and he was telling me, that he's seen the show. How you doing, brother Alexander Millar? That he's seen the show of This Was Haunted season 3, episode 2, and that's how the discussion came open about the truck that I encountered out in the woods. He said that he knew the guy that supposedly got, whether Harry died, that he knew his ex-wife and the person that is a new boyfriend, that he kind of resembled exactly like him. And that's what I want to talk about, that as far as I know, what he was telling me, and let me see if I can add you, Jesus Carvajal, one more time. As far as I know, he said that right after that the body was discovered out there, because of when I gave the coordinates to the truck. He said that those people, the couple, or the one that looked like her, the guy that passed away, and his ex-wife left Temple, Texas. They took off. So that's telling me that there was a lot more involved in what happened to that individual. The only thing is that the coverage from the news, they never said what happened to him. But since I'm more than sure they know who I am because they see me just like I seen them. So they figured out that it was me, the one that to give them the coordinates, so they know who I am. Just like I was talking to an individual, he knew certain things. I've been trying to send a connection to Jesus Carvajal. Okay, let me try it again. So it's kind of like, it was weird that day because it's when I was waiting for the police in the parking lot. I was waiting for the police in the parking lot, but they never showed up because I was gonna take them in there to where the truck was. So as I was waiting for them and they didn't show up, what showed up was a female and a male, and the truck was a extended red extended cab truck, and there was another truck that was colored gray, and the female showed up in one and the male showed up in another one. And I believe it was this individuals because he gave me the description. The guy I spoke to gave me the description of these people's vehicles. So I got to see them, but the one I got to see good was the female that was there. And she got to see me as I was just sitting there in the parking lot. So that's what's going on right now. I don't know why it won't let you join, cousin Jesus Carvajal. I'll send you a couple of them. I'll do it again. See request, audience, invite, add. But you remember that day, cousin Jesse? I think you was there when I was making the live feed, and brother Carlito Castro was there when I made the live feed. But this is what I found out yesterday after I watched the Cowboys beat the Panthers. I went to the store. So I went to the store, ran into this guy. I said, "Hey man, I just seen you today on This Woods Are Haunted. I seen your show. It was pretty cool. Seeing you on there." And we started talking, and it went from there to me telling him that there's a lot of activity, in this area also, and and I was telling them about the activity that happens around here in by the Mayborn Center. So that's how that conversation came to be. And I was telling him how I located the truck that belonged to the missing person, and that I, gave the information to the cops. And then he told me that he knew the guy's ex-wife and the guy that she got with that looked just like him. So basically, what I'm saying is, was it really him that was found underneath the tarp, or was it the guy that looked like him underneath the tarp? That's the bigger question, because I mean, a body that's been sitting out there for 2.5 months or longer, decomposition and all that, it's hard to ID someone like that. So as far as I know, that couple, they took off out of the state of Texas when they found the body out there of this guy that I gave the information to the police of the truck that was in the woods, with the keys in the ignition, a wallet sitting there. Um, so basically, what I'm saying is I gotta be more careful now. It's like I'm Redcon 1 right now. Ever since he told me all this stuff, it's kind of like, when he said it was deeper than that. It was more affiliated. He was talking about that. How you doing, cousin Mario? That this individual was on drugs pretty bad. He was on ice. So when I asked him the question, if he thought he was drug related, he said yes. So whatever happened to this individual had to do with something in that nature with drugs. When it's drugs, there's gangs and stuff like that, drug dealers. You got the drug dealers, you got the people that are hooked on the drugs. So it becomes more, a little bit more than what it is. And I don't know if this guy owed people money or what was the case. But it just happened that way, brother and sister. Yesterday, I was talking to this individual who was telling me, the whole scoop about how there was a lot more involved in that. And as I asked them, I said, how is a body going to be covered with a tarp? A person is not going to take their life and be covered with a tarp. And if something, somebody took the person's life and covered them with a tarp. So, to this day, Temple Police Department hasn't put up anything on how this person died out there in the open field. They never said nothing about anything. So me, I just gotta have to stay cautious, because they know who I am. Uh, they know that if they didn't know, they know now. But I'm more sure they know how I looked, so they don't know who I am because of the conversation I had with that individual. Now, hopefully, it's something that you know they they'll just leave it alone. But if not, I have to be more careful, more cautious, of who's around me, especially if these individuals know that I'm the one that gave the detectives the information for the truck to be located, which led to the buddy to locate it. I have the video, brothers and sisters, uh, that day for those who want to win it. How you doing, Sister Madeline? For those whoever wants to witness that video, my attempt that day, I was not looking for anybody because I didn't know there was a person missing in any kind of way, shape, or form. That day that I went out there, I got the video, and what I'm going to do after I do this live is I'm going to place a video on Spiritually Cryptid Encounters and possibly on my regular live feed so everybody could see what happened that day. Uh, that day I was going to test the weapon theory because there's so many people that said they have different kinds of weapons and all this, that if they run into a dogman or a Bigfoot, that they use the weapons, that they're not afraid because they got weapons and all this stuff. And the day I went out there was because there was activity happening around my house. There was growlings and all that. So I went out there to fight spiritually, to make my appearance out out there. So if anything is trying to come up against me spiritually, for it to show itself, so I'm able to fight spiritually against it. So that was my that day was for me to go out there, but to show the people that you don't have to take any form of kind of weapon. I had my regular necklaces around me. Plus, I had a selenite sword that I was showing the people that I was using that as a test theory to show that that you don't need no weapons. That I believe that all the things that are out there is more of a spiritual battle. This unseen spiritual war where they can manifest. So I took a piece of selenite that looked like a sword, right? It's not sharp. It was just for display, but I took it out there to protect me because so my energy wouldn't get drained. So I took that sword as protection. So if I got just like it's kind of like the cylinder that I have here around my neck now, but it was a sword, a big sword. So I took it there. One of the first things that happened on that video was there was interference right off the bat in which it broke the connection. And as I was going in, my senses were just getting triggered, but whatever was around me, and I was hearing things, sensing things, and I had a choice to continue to go forward or to back out. I had a choice, but something within me, since I was making the video of the weapon theory, I wanted to show people that you can go into those kind of environments with your faith, with your love foundation, without fear, because Jesus Christ is within you. So no matter what came at me at the entrance spiritually, I still went in because I knew that Jesus Christ was with me. So as I was going into the video, I talked for a little bit, and I'm talking about spiritual things. Then it's when I locate the truck, like halfway through the video. I locate the truck that's in the woods. I go up to it. I'm recording in it, and I see a wallet there, and there's and I'm yelling for this individual, for whoever's vehicle it is. I'm yelling if anybody's there, but nobody responds. Then I go further down, like maybe another 75 to 100 meters, and I find a location where somebody set up there. Like there's a mosquito net, there's a like an umbrella, those big umbrellas, like a canopy umbrella, and it's like there's a location in the woods where it seemed like somebody was staying there. So I'm yelling there, hey, anybody here? But nobody's saying nothing. As I'm recording there, I see a tarp, and it looks like something underneath the tarp, but I didn't touch nothing. So at that time, as I'm in that brother Carlito and my cousin Jesus Carvajal is telling me, get the hell out of there. There's something there, something not right. Get out of there, get out of there. So I leave the area, and I walk slowly, and I'm paying attention to my surroundings, just in case either I see the person, the whoever belongs to the truck, or just my guards were up because my senses were going crazy. I was able to walk out of there safely, and my senses were still going crazy. And that's when I went to the parking lot and I called the cops. So I waited there for about a good 2 hours. They never showed up. But what showed up, like I said before, was a truck with a red extended truck with a extended cab and a female in the vehicle, like a gray truck. And they see me sitting there in my car as I was waiting for the cops to show up, but they never showed up. So these people that were sitting there, they were looking at me. They got back in the vehicles and left pretty fast, So that was kind of odd to me. So I went home. Another hour passed. Then the cops finally contacted me, and they asked me about the coordinates of where this truck is. So I gave them the coordinates, So the weekend passed, and that's when it came out on the news that there was a body found of a person that was missing for 2.5 months. I didn't even know there was a person missing. They said that the Temple Police Department found the body, but it was me that led them to the truck that led to the body. They never mentioned me in the newspaper at all. So I don't know if they did that for protection or what. So what I did was when I found out about that, since I had the video, I went up there and asked the police if they wanted the video I had of when I located the truck and when I was there walking in that area. And the guy said, "Sure, I'll take that. Just cut." He said, "Just cut the part for when you find the truck and what else ever you find." So I sent him the footage, right? Uh, which led to the conversation I had yesterday with that individual that seen the show. This was haunted. Something's out there that he said, hey, he liked the show. Then it went from that conversation to, I told him about the activity that happens by the Mayborn, and then I was telling him about how I found a truck out there, which led to him knowing knowing the guy that was out there, but he knew the wife or his ex, and he knew the guy that his wife was with. They looked just like him. So that's the big question mark. He said they looked just like him. Was he saying that it looked just like him, or is he saying that it is him, but the person that just looked just like him was the body that was out there? So it's the big question mark. Like I said, there was no more further investigations done. So was it really the person that said that was missing that they found, or was it somebody else's body? Since it gets decomposed and stuff like that. But that's what this video is about. This happened yesterday, and I'm gonna place the video for those who ever didn't miss it, whoever missed it that day, because I did it during the day. I'm gonna place a video probably on spiritual encrypted encounters, and possibly I don't know about the other public because I haven't placed that in public at all. But I'll place a video on spiritual encrypted encounters from YouTube because that's where I have it, and I'll place it on spiritual encrypted encounters so y'all can see it for yourself of what happened that day. Uh, you Sometimes you don't know, brothers and sisters. You try to do good deeds to I did, like I said, I didn't know there was a person missing that led to a body being found. It just happened that way. But I have the video evidence to prove it of that I did locate the truck, and which I think I had placed on spiritual encrypted encounters uh, a thing with a truck and the picture of the person that was missing. That he was missing for about 2.5 months. And then I placed on spiritual encrypted encounters the day that they buried this individual. But when he's telling me that girlfriend was with somebody that looked just like him, makes you a lot of theories come in effect, right? And he was telling that looked just like, was it really him that was being found out there? Or was it the other person was it with his girlfriend, or was if it was the boyfriend that looked just like him, was he involved? Were they involved? And what happened to the individual? Because they got up and left the state of Texas. So, there's a lot of question marks there of what happened, which maybe there will never be no answers to it, but you might never know. So that's why I'm making this video talking about that. We got Sister Gloria Bella, Brother Kenneth Roper, Sister Teresa, Brother Christopher. Yeah, sometimes when you're trying to do good deeds, brothers and sisters, you don't know what you're getting yourself into. Like I do my works here in spiritual encrypted encounters, try to do my best to do good. As y'all see, I wear my first cap on. I have my other caps where I went to war with, right, which is the 135 armor cap. My desert Gulf veteran cap, my Operation Desert Storm caps. But I spent 9 years in the cavalry on Fort Hood, Texas, which is Fort Cavazos. that many years training offense and defense, so I know about offensive and defensive because trained. We trained like like it was a palm of our hand or the back of our hand. We trained that way to be ready to execute whatever is called upon us for any kind of mission. Whether it's offensive, defensive. You know, the woods is nothing new to me because I trained in the woods all the time I was in the military. I was in there 10 years. We trained a lot in the woods. I've trained in the sand. I've trained in ice and mud. You know, I'm talking about the conditions of the areas where we train. I've trained in almost every every scenario that you can think of. I've trained. So when I go to the woods, it's nothing new to me. I used to go. I used to live in the woods when I was in the army. When we'd be out there in the field training, we'll be there for 45 days or longer, a month and a half. Uh, or when I was in Germany, there was a lot of forest there. So I'm not new to what's within the woods. I know, of course, there's a lot of animals that's within the woods. You got wild boars, and in Germany, the boars are as big as cows, in which those are the most dangerous things that are out there in Germany is the wild boars, because they travel in packs. Then in the States, you got the cougars and mountain lions, mountain lions, cougars, wildcats. In the state of Texas, which I would see them when we'd be going down range or be out there. They're pretty massive, pretty big. So all those critters are around us. When people say that they find something on top of a tree, dead animal on top of the tree. Well, that's what the cougars and the mountain lions do. They grab their food, right, and they drag it up onto something high. They have the claws to be able to claw up there. And the reason they place it up there is because they want nothing, no other creatures to eat their food. So you hear those stories where people say they saw a deer up on a tree or on top of a pole. That's what they do. They place the food away from other critters to be able to eat it. And of course they keep an eye on the food. So if anything tries to go up there, they're going to encounter that the mountain lion, the cougar, or whatever. Because they're going to protect what's theirs. And that's what a lot of people within the cryptid community that are hunters don't tell you, that they don't tell you that that's when they find a dead animal on top of a tree or a post. They don't tell you that that's a mountain lion that can do that, or a cougar. They're that strong to be able to pull a deer up there. They're not going to tell you that because they want to keep it to be cryptid related. Then they're going to tell you that a regular animal did that. They're going to tell you that it was a dog man that put it out there, or a Bigfoot, or some kind of cryptid, just to keep the cryptid theory alive. But yes, bears can do that. Bears can kill the prey and drag them up a tree. And here in Central Texas, there's no bears, right? But there is this mountain lions, this cougars. There's even panthers that have been spotted in Texas. Black panthers. They have the capability to claw and take the prey or something they killed up to a tree, up to a pole. Like I said before, they do it because they want the other critters to stay away from the meal, and that's what they do. But I'm just letting you know. Whenever you see somebody place a picture of a deer or a dead animal that's on top of a tree or top of a pole, those are the animals that you have to think of that are capable of doing that, because that's what they do. That's how they. Even if you look them up, what the lions and the tigers do in Africa, that's the same tactics they use. They'll drag the prey far away on top of a tree so they can feed on it, right? I just wanted to tell you about what I'm speaking right now, what happened, and I will place for those that want to view that video, they haven't gotten a chance to view that video of when I found the truck out there in the woods that led to a body being found. I'm going to place it here in Spiritual Encrypted tonight after I'm done with this video. I'm going to place it here so y'all can witness it, how I was testing the weapon theory, and I took a piece of selenite in there with me. I think right off the bat, my connection, I lost connection right off the bat because there was a lot of disturbance, spiritual disturbance. There's people that ask me all the time. They ask me, how come this guy? That's what they say. How come this guy captures all these cryptids in his picture, and they're just looking at him? They're just looking at him, and he's still alive. How can he capture all this images, and he's still alive? The question I asked, I said this person, because he said there's a lot of people in the cryptic community that see something, they get scared and they take off running. And I told him the difference between me and them is that I don't allow fear in my heart, no matter what manifestation they take. I'm letting you know that it's not a cryptid that they're witnessing in a beastly form, but it's this disembodied demonic Nephilim, that they have the abilities to manifest into any beastly. It's like they know what's in your mind. They know your fears. So whatever you fear, they're going to manifest to. So I keep my mind clear. So he was asking the question, how come he captures all these things and he's not running away? They're just looking at him. The reason they're looking at me is because they know I'm walked with the Love Foundation. They know that I have no fear of whatever manifestations they take, because I close any openings. I close the opening of fear. I close the opening of anger, hatred. That's why I go with no weapons in there, right? I'm not going to waste bullets shooting at something that I might see, and I'm not getting a single hit because it's in spirit form or disembodied form. That's a waste of ammo. You know how much ammo costs nowadays? And even that could be a spiritual opening. If your intent is to kill, right, and you're shooting it to kill, but your bullets are being wasted because it's going right through them because they're in disembodied form, DDN, then that's a spiritual opening you might have. If you're thinking killing it, that's a spiritual opening right there. So basically what I'm saying is, when I go out there, they're around me and they're just studying me, and they do attack. When they say, well, this guy never gets attacked. Oh, yeah, I get attacked all the time. But the way they attack me is spiritually. Y'all seen the videos, guys, and whoever's here viewing the short reels, where they're coming at me beyond fast. They're targeting me. They're coming at me in numbers. And if I had to slow down the reel so you can see them in the reel. They're coming at me because they're trying to attack me spiritually to try to drain my energy. But I have protection. I prepare when I go in there. And if I have to, I tie, bind, and rebuke them in Jesus Christ's name. That's what's protecting me. It's not a weapon that I'm carrying because I don't carry no weapons. It's not a group of people that are with me with weapons because I go in there by myself. It's Jesus Christ that is protecting me. But they do attack spiritually. At least if they were in a physical form, and if I had a weapon or anybody had a weapon, you would have a confirmed kill. A confirmed kill means that whatever you see manifest, whether it was a Bigfoot or a dogman or whatever cryptid you want to talk about, Goldman or whatever, if you're a hunter, hunters are supposed to be real good with the weapons. They have scopes. If you shot at it and you said you killed it, but there's nobody there to even take a picture, well, then that's not a confirmed kill, right? And if there's nobody and you swear to God, right, that you shot at 20 times direct hits, but there's no body, there's no blood, there's nothing, then what are you shooting at? The DDN. a disembodied demonic Nephilim. That's what you're shooting at, which is wasting your bullets because you're not getting a confirmed kill. A confirmed kill means that you shot at something, you killed it, you got the body, you have a picture of the body you killed. You can have a body bag detail to come collect the body. Some kind of proof or evidence that you killed a dogman, a Bigfoot. There's not confirmed kills of anything like that in any kind of sort in the cryptic community. There's some that pretended that they had a confirmed kill, but it wasn't a legit. It was a hoax. It was a dead dogman that wasn't real. That was created by an artist, right? So for anybody that said they've had a confirmed kill, in the military I had confirmed kills. We have confirmed kills on the tanks that were destroyed. We have bodies everywhere. When I was out there in Operation Desert Storm, well, I was in the Battle of Medina Ridge. A lot of confirmed kills. That's the difference between a real confirmed kill to somebody saying they killed something, but they have no proof of a body, of a picture or anything like that. You got to have some kind of proof for you to say, or for you to even say a story, right? That you kill something. You got to have some kind of evidence that you killed this dog man, this Bigfoot, or else besides that, it's just going to be a story. Hunters always take pictures with what they kill, right? Whether it's a deer, those hunters that go and hunt out there in Africa, they got pictures with tigers, with elephants. They have confirmed kills, right? And they have pictures with them. We haven't seen nobody in the cryptic community with a confirmed kill that they literally have a picture with a dead Bigfoot, a dead cryptid, or a dead dog, werewolf, dogman, dead chupacabra, a dead mothman, a dead whatever rake, whatever you want to place in there. You don't have anybody with that kind of proof. So what is that saying if there's no proof of a confirmed kill? Just a story, or they're worshiping something that looked to be like that, but it wasn't in the flesh form. It was in disembodied demonic Nephilim form, in which they look realistic, just like in my pictures that I share with y'all. You could see that something looks like a werewolf. You could see something that looks demonic. You could see, I've got pictures where they look like they're werewolf. I got pictures where they look like they're Bigfoots. Some look like trolls. Some look like they're like how should I say, like panthers or cougars in the faces, how they look. But that's what they do. They can manifest to look that way. So it causes a lot of trickery. But I think the main goal when they do that, brothers and sisters, is because I want you to believe that what you're witnessing is something realistic, something true. I put it to the test factor. When I witness whatever appears in front of me or the sounds that it's making, whether it's growling sounds, whether it's breaking branches, whether it's talking a different language, I put it to the theory. And this is what I do. I'll start praying against them in Jesus Christ's name. And once I start doing that and I type out and rebuke them, they flee. So I placed that theory numerous times when I've actually witnessed something visually, especially in Elms Grove, when I witnessed something visually that looked like a werewolf. And when I would see it, I would type out and rebuke it in Jesus Christ's name. It would flee, it would disappear. Sometimes it would leave a stench of sulfur, and there was times that it would just disappear in thin air, like with a puff of smoke, or it would go through a tree and vanish. That's what we're dealing with. We know that no normal animal, right, that people hunt, that people have trophies of, they're not capable of doing that, of disappearing or going through an object. They don't have those abilities to go through a tree and disappear through a tree, to go through a car and come out the other side of the car, or in that nature. They don't. But we know what does. There's a disembodied demonic Nephilim or anything of demonic origin. They have those capabilities of appearing and disappearing, manifesting into our realm and be here for a couple of seconds. Depends how strong they are, if they have enough energy, and then they can vanish in the blink of an eye back into wherever they came from. So that's the works that I'm doing, that I do here, spiritually cryptic encounters, is showing the proof and my evidence, my spiritual evidence of how this DDN, disembodied demonic Nephilim, that were created by the watchers, which were Nephilim, the flood created, destroyed the Nephilim, they became disembodied to roam the earth because they had no body, but they have the ability to possess. They have the ability to semi-possess somebody that might have a spiritual opening. And I believe that's what they're doing right now, 100%. They're attacking a lot of people. There's in the cryptic community, in the cryptic field, that they're believing that they're real 100%. Bigfoot's 100% dogman, and they're being spiritually attacked. They're being spiritually bonded. They're being spiritually attacked, in which some are sick right now because they left the spiritual opening, and some are not here amongst us no more because they're gone. They've already taken them. So that's the opening that you. How you doing, brother Ruben, Middles, Prima Susie, Sister Michelle? That's what they're using. It's the belief factor. Imagine that. They're using the belief factor against people that are giving them power through belief. Because imagine they say, well, that's a Bigfoot, that's a dog, man, and they're believing it's that 100%. But what if it's the DDN, right? And they're giving it 100% belief, in which is leaving an opening for them to get attacked spiritually, for the DDN, whatever they're manifesting into, to attack their foundation because they're believing in it. They're believing. That's the key. They are believing in it, which is giving them some kind of power over them. The belief factor. So I suggest to those people that have given this disembodied demonic Nephilim power in that nature because they believe in it's a Bigfoot, a dogman, or whatever kind of cryptid, is take away the power from them. It's unbelieving them and know what you're dealing with and start fighting spiritually against them, which you have to tie, bind, and rebuke them in Jesus Christ's name. For those that are being infiltrated, that they have them in their homes because they when it's a Bigfoot or a dogman out in the woods or in the field. Next thing you know, they say they have a dogman or a Bigfoot living in the living room that's living in the bedroom. Take authority over it, right? Because it's not a dogman or a Bigfoot in your household. It's demonic of nature. You have to take authority over it, and you have to cleanse your home. First of all, protect what's inside your home. You have family in your home. Place crosses on everybody within the household before you cleanse the home. Place crosses on your windows, on your doors, and take authority. So if you're the head of the household, you have to take authority. How are you doing, Thea Sylvia? You have to take authority over it in Jesus Christ's name. So you pray, in every room. If you feel some kind of heaviness in a certain room, that's probably where it's at. So you focus on that. You pray against it. You take authority over it without fear. And you tell it it's not welcome there. They ask to leave. Call upon the heavenly angels to do a clean sweep of your household. And as you're doing this, as you tie, bind, and rebuke in Jesus Christ's name, it's going to leave because it don't want to do nothing with Jesus Christ. And that's when you know that your house is cleansed, because sometimes what it does when they're infiltrating your home, it could be a room that's the darkest, that there could be light everywhere within each room, but it's a certain room that's going to be the darkest than any other room. That's where it's at. So once you rebuke it in Jesus Christ's name, that room is going to become lighter. It's going to become normal than the rest, because the unclean spirit that's inside your household is gone. And what have you done when you've placed a spiritual cross? You actually have cleansed your home, you've protected your home, and the unclean spirit that was in your home has to leave. But that's what normally happens, brothers and sisters. Trust me. Uh, and whoever the person takes authority, you gotta make sure you have those spiritual openings. What I'm talking about is if you have unforgiveness in your heart, that could be a spiritual opening. If you have hatred towards somebody, that's a spiritual opening. Uh, Vengeance is a spiritual opening. That's what we have to forgive, because forgiveness is part of love. Once you forgive, that's an act of love, and you're doing it truthfully, 100% truth from your heart that you want to forgive these people truthfully. Then the Heavenly Father is going to bless you with the spiritual gifts of discernment, in which once He blesses you with that, you're able to, how should I say, walk the spiritual side better through the spiritual gift of discernment, because the spiritual gift of discernment is going to guide your spirit. It's going to warn you when you're in spiritual danger, and when it warns you, is letting you know there's something around you in which you're supposed to fight spiritually for your space, for yourself, for your foundation, for your family. And that's all done through Jesus Christ. By forgiving, He blesses you with the spiritual gift of discernment. Now, there's some people that say they can forgive, they can, and they can never forget. Well, in order for you to get spiritually blessed with the spiritual gift of discernment, you have to forgive truthfully. Truthfully, it's got to be. I'll tell you, when I was being spiritually attacked by the unseen forces in Elms Grove, is because I had unforgiveness in my heart. I had to forgive an individual that I had a lot of hatred towards. I had forgotten, because this individual came up against me in a negative way when I was a kid, when I was like 10, 11 years old. So I had forgotten how much hatred and anger I had for this individual, because that happened when I was 10, and when I was fighting spiritually in the Elms Grove, I'm already like 46 years old. So who's going to remember something like that? The only way I remember it is because I got tired of fighting spiritually, and I was getting attacked in many ways, physically, spiritually, getting targeted from different angles. They wanted to destroy me. But I remembered that individual when I prayed to God and I asked Him if I could find a little space, a little opening to free myself from what I was going through. I was going to use it, and he showed me who it was that I had to forgive. This individual has already passed away, but I had to forgive him. I forgave that individual truthfully. Ever since I did that, I forgave him. I got blessed with the spiritual gift of discernment, in which it helped me. When I had that much space, it became bigger, and I was able to overcome the unseen forces that I was fighting spiritually, in which I tied by the rebuke of Jesus Christ's name. I took authority over them, and I sent them away to wherever they came from. I fought spiritually, and through Jesus Christ, we won. What I mean by we is me. Through Jesus Christ, we won, because it was through Him. I wouldn't have been able to overcome anything without Jesus Christ. It was done through Him, through Jesus Christ. That's what people have to understand. It's not about the I thing, it's about the we, because of Him. Whatever is affiliated with Jesus Christ, the angels, the Holy Spirit, we won through Him, because I prayed for Him to assist me spiritually. I forgave as He forgives us. I forgave in that manner, and He blessed me. That's why I do the works that I do. I know I have a lot of haters here in spirit, and not in spiritual cryptic countries, but within the cryptic community, because they don't want me to bring the spiritual aspect of. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna deny Jesus Christ. I'm not gonna deny anything of holiness, because that's why I'm here. If it wouldn't be for Jesus Christ, I wouldn't be here right now. I wouldn't have been able to overcome the spiritual battles that I've overcame. I wouldn't have been blessed to come back to my body numerous times to do without Jesus Christ. So I'm never going to go against Jesus Christ. I stand with Jesus Christ. And there's a lot of people that are being bonded by this unseen forces that don't want the people to awaken spiritually, to be able to understand that they can be overcome through Jesus Christ. They're not going to tell them that. Everything has to be done through Jesus Christ. Trust me. When I seen that dog man, or werewolf-like creature, I call him demonic being, that was looking at me, I was looking at it, and we were like maybe, what people don't understand is I had numerous encounters with his beings out there in Elms Grove. Too many to count. Too many to count. The closest one that I even got it was like maybe like 4 or 5 feet away from me, and it was real huge, looking at me, and I was looking at it, and this is what I did. I put it to the test. I say, I tie, bind, and rebuke you in Jesus Christ's name. In true faith and true belief. Guess what happened? It just appeared in thin air. Poof. A puff of smoke. It was gone. Poof. I put it to the test theory. It disappeared when I said, I tie, bind, and rebuke you in Jesus Christ's name. No matter if it looked real or 100% flesh, what people want to say, it disappeared. It disguised was given out when I brought Jesus Christ into the picture. And that's why I created Spiritual Encrypted Encounter. Before that was called Positive Spiritualist. But I know there's a lot of people in the cryptic community that dislike Brother Abe Cias because I'm awakening my brothers and sisters. See, that's the difference. To me, it's about helping out my brothers and sisters spiritually, awaken them for the unseen spiritual war that's happening at us right now. That's why I created this group, to awaken my brothers and sisters so they can be able to fight spiritually. But you got the cryptic community that they want to bring it to say that they're 100% flesh, in which they're not 100% flesh. They're going to have the fear factor. They're going to have them people believing that it's real. But if they're demonic, that's the opening that they're using to bomb people within the cryptic community, is using that opening to make people sick in the cryptic community, especially those that go out there into the field. And there's some that we've lost this past years because they attached themselves to them, but they didn't know how to free themselves spiritually from them. I know how to free people spiritually from these unseen forces. You know, that's why I make these videos. I'm not here to be anybody's enemy. I'm everybody's brother. Doesn't matter if they're spiritual, cryptid, paranormal. I'm here to help, you know. And that's what I'm trying to get to them. But for some people, it's about the money. It's about the tithe. It's about the viewership, right? That's what I see. So if in order for them to make money, they got to come up with a fake story, right? So they're going to say a fake story. They're going to have fake people pretending to be a victim of something, and they're faking it for the tithe and the view, but they're not doing God's work because they're going against God. See, you can tell when somebody's legit, and you can tell when somebody is BSing somebody. And there's a lot of BSing going on right now, and it's all about the tithe. To me, I don't believe in tithe. I've never asked anybody for a single penny because I know what's behind tithe, which is money. Guess what's behind tithe and money? The devil, demons. That's what they offer people. They offer people the riches of the world, right? So if they take that offer, right, who are they being affiliated with? You see it all the time through all these famous actors. The triangle sign, the Illuminati, right? The tithe. I don't believe in tithe. You know, not somebody. If somebody wants to bless me with something, I don't have to ask anything from it. That's on them. But as you see, I don't post nothing of my like my what do you call it? My Cash App or anything to give me money because I do this out of the kindness of my heart. I do this because of what I've experienced, and I want people to get awakened spiritually. So this is why I do this works to help out as many people as possible spiritually. And if anybody's going through something, they're more than welcome to contact me through Messenger. I'm here for y'all. You know, that's why I created. First of all, I was positive spiritualist, but it stopped growing because I got targeted. So then I created spiritual encrypted encounters because I'm not a quitter. You know, I'm supposed to continue to do this works of the Heavenly Father, in which I continue to do till this day. So what happens when you continue to do the works? That's part of life, about the balance. You know, you're going to have good people to come, good people to be there for you. You're going to have negative people come at you in a negative way. That's life. You know, I've seen good people in my life, and I've seen negative people all throughout my lifetime. So there's nothing new to me. So when somebody's pretending to be a troll or something with a fake account, that doesn't bother me. You know, the only thing I say to those individuals is 7 times fold. The reason I say 7 times fold because the works that I do are through Jesus Christ. So if I'm doing it through Jesus Christ and Jesus Christ is my protector, my avenger, you don't have to deal with me because I'm not going to do nothing. The one that takes care of my enemies is Jesus Christ. So that's who you have to deal with when you're coming up against me in a negative way because I'm not accepting the negativity. I deflect it. Even when it looks that I'm upset, I'm not really upset because I know what's in stake. I know that it's very important to maintain the Love Foundation daily. So it's kind of like all the people that were targeting me like about 2 months ago, 2 months and a half ago, I done forgot about those individuals because I left them up to God. You know, He's my protector, my avenger. So I'm not worried about them. You know, I don't dislike nobody. The only thing is I wish people can awaken spiritually because even those people that have come up against me in a negative way, even they have a chance to change their lives, to awaken spiritually, to do the good works. You know, we're all children of God. Even they can make it into the kingdom of heaven, but they have to change their ways. How you doing, Brother David? Sister Valerie? You know, you know, maybe when I was younger, you know, it's like I didn't know too much about forgiveness, and you know, but now that I'm older, that's not we just have to forgive and leave it all up to God, you know, because He takes care of everything in His own kind of way. So that's what I do, brothers and sisters. And of course, I create this videos, short reels. When I create the short reels, it's to awaken people spiritually. For those that have the eye, those that have the spiritual gifts of discernment, that they know what's in there. And also, I create it for those that are not awakened yet. So maybe that I'm hoping for is that maybe they'll view the screenshot or a picture or the show reel, and they see something there. So when they see something there, that means that they're awakening spiritually, that the bondage that they might have starts going away, and they're able to awaken to think for themselves, to see for themselves. And then when they hear me talking about, you know, as you have a relation with Jesus Christ, that He blessed you with gifts of discernment, that they're able to have a relationship with Jesus Christ, so they can also be blessed with a spiritual gift of discernment, and so they can awaken spiritually and free themselves. It's not a good feeling to have hatred in your heart, to be bonded uh, from when it's like a roller coaster ride. Things continue to happen and continue to happen, and people say sometimes, "Why do these things always happen to me? Why do the things always happen to me?" Sometimes you have to look in deeper and what's within yourself, which is unforgiveness. If you forgive truthfully, then all this roller coaster ride will turn into straight road, a straight, clear road that you're able to see what's in your path, compared to a bumpy ride that you don't know what's in your path. You're able to see it clear for what it is. What does it? The Heavenly Father showed you what it is, so you can fight spiritually, because we all have that authority, our authority within us, as we're all children of God, to be able to fight spiritually. You know, and then normally when somebody allows, I'll say it like this: when people allow this DDN, which they take the forms of Bigfoots, Dogmen, or whatever crypto you want to say, they allow it to through belief. The only one that can stop that is themselves by unbelieving in it and taking the authority away and saying, I tie, bind, and rebuke you in Jesus Christ's name. You're not welcome around me. You're not welcome around my home, my loved ones. Leave. You have to take the authority over it. But anyways, I went from, sometimes I'm trying to do something, but the Heavenly Father always wants to say a spiritual message to somebody that might listen to this video, that it's going to be personal to them because it's going to touch their heart. And sometimes when it comes to you, you have to go with the flow of things, and that's what I just did. Went with the flow of things. Let me see what time it is right now. Got a little bit more time. Let me turn on some of this right here. When I got up this morning, I didn't feel too well. I didn't feel like doing nothing, but I had to find a way to do what I have to do, my workouts. So I find it within myself to do it. I have to install it in my head, in my mind, to do what I had to do. And sometimes bondage is that way, brothers and sisters. It wants you to stop doing things that's good for you. It wants you to disassociate yourself from people. Wants to keep you isolated. So whatever you're going through, nobody knows about it. It wants to keep it to you isolated. It wants to keep you bonded, so you're not able to speak to nobody about what you're going through. And that's a form of bondage, or you could say even possession. That's what they do. That's how they work. They're into, instead of being united, they want you to be divided. The reason they want you to be divided is to attack every person individually. If you're united as one and you're a group of 10 or 20, then within the group of 10 or 20, you're somewhere within there, somebody that might have some faith might be able to fight spiritually against the unseen. But then sometimes there's things that happen, events that happen, where there's a lot of people in groups, like of 100 or 200, where they're mad, right? Because somebody got murdered or something of the nature, dealing with race. And they're running in numbers with rage and anger. But what's really behind all that, this running in numbers, is this disembodied demonic Nephilim, demonic of nature, because they let the hatred take over them. So they're there in full effect, causing a lot of chaos and havoc. Trust me, I've been to, there was this guy that came up to me one time at the VA, big old guy. And he came out to me and he shook my hand, and he was squeezing my hand real hard. And I looked at him and I said, "You have a blessed day, brother." And he let go of my hand and he left. Next thing you know, not even 2-3 minutes, there's like 20 security guards looking for him. They're looking for me. I guess he had escaped from somewhere. Then they say, "Hey, did you see this guy, this big guy? He had a shirt of the Hulk. It was a big old guy." I said, "Yeah, he went that way." So they were trying to find him. But I believe that guy might have had a spiritual opening, and whatever was controlling him was using him to come up against me, to fight me, not just spiritually, but physically. I mean, he literally tried to squeeze the hell out of my hand, but I just gave him a smile because I know I didn't have fear against him. And I said, I knew what to do. I said, God bless you, brother. And whatever was within him left his body, and he left, But that's part of spiritual warfare. That you run into situations, they're out of the ordinary, that are unexplainable. but it happens that way. There's unseen forces that I speak of. That's how they work. They can come at you invisibly, and they can come at you through people you might not even know, and sometimes to people that you might know. That's how they work. But anyways, I want to say thank you all to whoever tuned in here this afternoon. I hope this video has helped you in some kind of way, shape, or form. Uh, just remember, brothers, sisters, no matter how many people or whatever comes at you in a negative way, remember something. I want you to remember this, that you're never alone because Jesus Christ is with you. All he's waiting for is for you to call upon him so he can assist you spiritually of whatever you're going through. You're never alone. Another thing I want to let you know is you are somebody in this world. You are somebody special. Uh, that we're all equal and we all have the opportunity to make it into the kingdom of heaven. I want you to be aware of that. You are special in spite if something's coming at you in a negative way, trying to install things in your mind, trying to tell you you're not special, trying to block of who you really are. Uh, they're trying to make you seem that you're nobody, putting images in your head, saying things to you in your head that you're nobody. You are somebody. They know that. That's why if you wasn't somebody, then why are they doing that? The reason they're doing that is because they know you're somebody that we have the opportunity to make it in the kingdom of heaven. They don't. That's why they're telling you, they're showing these images and telling you things because then they know that we are greater than them. So they're trying to deceive people uh, from making it into the kingdom of heaven, even if they have to lie to them. But we are greater than anything that has fallen from the one third that fell from the heaven. We're greater than them because we have the opportunity to make them the kingdom of heaven. They don't because they already chose. They already chose when they went against God. That's why they got cast from heaven to earth. The one third that fell is because they already went against God. We have the opportunity to make it into the kingdom of heaven. The disembodied demonic Nephilim, the Nephilim, they're not going to make it in the kingdom of heaven either because they wasn't created by God. They're created by the Washers, which is the one third part of the one third that fell from heaven. They created the Nephilim, which are disembodied Nephilim. They're demonic in nature. They're not going to make it into the kingdom. So that's why they come at us in a negative way. All I'm doing is trying to awaken my brothers and sisters spiritually. What's around us? You know how hard that is to show people what's around us spiritually, even though they don't have a body. Imagine that I'm showing you things that are around us that does not have a body, but they're around in disembodied form, which they do have a manifestation of a beastly form of what their true nature is, right? A manifestation of how they appear to look, but they use that appearance for their fear factor to see if they can find a spiritual opening. Don't be afraid. All you have to do, brothers and sisters, doesn't matter what manifestation they take, what appearance, what they say, what language they speak, or how scary it looks. Don't fear it. All you got to do is tie, bind, and rebuke it in Jesus Christ's name, and it will flee. It will leave because you're calling upon the Heavenly Father to come and assist you. It will flee. I'm just letting y'all know this, guy, brothers, sisters here on the Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. Selenite, for those who want protection, selenite is good to have around the house. I place it on the windows. Raw selenite, Selenite. I keep this piece of selenite around my neck. I also have black tourmaline around my neck, in which the black tourmaline and the selenite and any other kind of minerals I have, they are positive positive minerals in which they deflect any kind of negativity, anything negative or unclean. They deflect that. That's why I keep it. I keep it around my household. Ever since I placed it around my household, I have no activity inside my house. Uh, Keep my house blessed, clean. But the only time things surface up is when I go out there in the public, and sometimes it comes through people that might have a spiritual opening, but I know what I'm dealing with, so I'm ready to rebuke it in Jesus Christ's name at any given time through whoever he uses to come up against you spiritually. But anyways, I just want to say thank you to all that tuned in here. We got Sister Veronica Medrano, Sister Odessa, cousin uh, Susie, cousin Jesus, Diosivia, cousin Mario, Sister Madeline. And don't forget, brothers and sisters, I'm going to place the video. If you listen to this video from the beginning, I'm going to place a video uh, of the day that I went out there where I located the truck. But whoever didn't miss the beginning of this video, check it out, because I said some information of the guy that was missing. So just start from the beginning and you'll be able to understand what I'm talking about. But anyways, thank you all for tuning in this evening. Love, light, and blessings to every single one of y'all and your families. I want to say a little prayer before I go. Heavenly Father, at this time, I would like to pray for all brothers and sisters here on Spiritual Encrypted Encounters, for anything negative that might be trying to affect anybody. We tie, bind, and rebuke you in Jesus Christ's name. You're not allowed in our personal foundation and our foundation of our homes. I'm placing those heavenly spiritual crosses on everybody from head to toe. Heavenly spiritual crosses on our doorways, on our windows. And we tie, bind, and rebuke you in Jesus Christ's name. You're not allowed to affect us in any kind of way, shape, or form. This I pray in Jesus Christ's name. Amen. Thank you all, brothers and sisters. I will place the video here on Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. As soon as I'm done, I'm going to place it for those who hasn't viewed it. When I located the truck that led to a person that was missing for 2.5 months, I'm going to place it after this video. Y'all have a beautiful, blessed evening, and God bless every single one of y'all. Peace.